This game and all SEC college football games brought to you in crystal clear CBS high definition. Crimson Tide won the toss. They have deferred the option to the second half, so LSU will get the ball. If you live in the Northwest or the Northeast or the Midwest even, how about this? 72 degrees, winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Alabama leads the series, but LSU has won the last 4 trips they've made to Tuscaloosa. And last year's game went into overtime. Alabama won it. Lee Tippin will kick off. Ron Brooks and Trendon Holiday are the deep men. This will be Ron Brooks, number 13, near side. Tackled and down at the 26-yard line. The stop made by number 20, Tyrone King. Jordan Jefferson, as we pointed out, he seems to have elevated things just the last 2 times out.
Well, remember against Florida, he only threw 17 throws. It seems to me they're going to need more out of him against this defense or against Florida's defense to really move the ball.
They will open in the spread. On first down. Little flip left side, caught by Tolliver, and he slips and falls at the 27-yard line. Now let's check the lineups presented by Chick-fil-A. Up front, Saron Black starting his 49th consecutive game. DeRosick, T-Bob Hebert, Lyle Hitt, and Barksdale. Tolliver and LaFell, the wideouts. Scott, the running back. Joseph for Richard Dixon, the tight end. Dixon will not play. An injury that we just learned about an hour before the game. Here's a quick toss left to R.J. Jackson, number 28. Only his 8th catch of the year, and 5 of those came very early in the season. Defensively, Washington, Cody, and Dederick up front. The linebackers led by the All-American Rolando McClain. And the secondary, it's quite good. You've got Arenas and Barron, Woodall, and Kareem Jackson. 3rd and 5. Joseph back with time. He'll run. He does this quite well. Jefferson might not have gotten it.
That's pretty close. Jefferson has made some big plays with his feet, Vern, but he's been sacked a lot too with his feet, trying to do too much. I thought he could pick up the first down here. This was a good stop. Jackson right there, right on the line. It's very close.
About a foot. Well, one of those symmetrically perfect stats. 23 sacks given up by LSU, 23 sacks gained by Alabama.
Did you see what Les Miles just said? He shook his head and he said, no, we're going to punt.
Well, in part his reputation gained on a Saturday night against Florida. In a memorable evening, LSU went for it 5 times on 4th downs, converted all 5. This year, they're only 2 of 9 on 4th down, and here is Arenas, ready to return the punt of Derek Hilton. Nice and high. Arenas with a fair catch taken at the 20-yard line. Take another look at Les Miles. You noticed it as it was happening.
Watch him shake his head. We're going to punt it. Punt it.
Now Greg McElroy out of Southlake Carroll High School. He has never lost high school or Alabama as a starting quarterback, but he has struggled, especially the last 3 or 4 games.
Look at this. Both teams LSU called 3 straight runs, and look at Alabama on first down here.
5 wide. McElroy goes it a little high, but it's caught. Brad Smelly, the H-back, and now the official on the sideline says no catch.
It was called incomplete, but this is a great read by Greg McElroy. He's reading Jai Eugene right there. Watch him work Jai Eugene with his eyes on the short receiver and then deliver it to the long receiver. It's a perfect throw, but the ball was bobbled late, incomplete.
And good news, Gary. Colin Peak, who was questionable. Now, are they going to look at this?
No, that was a great hit by Chad Jones, and that's incomplete.
It is under review. Colin Peak, injured in pregame warmups against Tennessee, was questionable up until a half an hour before the game. He walked over and talked to his head coach, according to Tracy Wolfson. I think he convinced him that he could go today.
Well, he took every play in warmups, so he tried to. And, you know, this Alabama team has been amazingly healthy. Their offensive line and Peak and all their key players have started every football game.
I'm glad our communication system works. I've just been told the play is not under review, but the replay booth took a power hit, so they've had to stop things for the moment. In the meantime, let's check the starting lineups for the Crimson Tide. Thomas Ritter, by the way, is our referee today. Up front, Carpenter, Johnson, Blahos, Jones, and Davis. Julio Jones, Marquise Mays are the wideouts. Ingram, Preston Dial, well, that has been changed now, as Mike Williams was listed as the starter, but Colin Peak did start. And Greg McElroy is the quarterback.
Now, the announcement right there to the crowd, and the reason they're booing is, as Vern had told you, the replay booth's down, so there are no replays. Until he gets his power up on any close play now, the play on the field stands the way it's called by the officials.
After the incomplete pass, it's second down. Mark Ingram comes back alongside McElroy. LSU brings 3. There's the pass to McElroy. He's stuffed. Might not have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Jai Eugene, number 4. And let's check the defenses. It was given to us. Alem, Woods, Alexander, and Livingston up front. The linebackers, Kelvin Shepard, 13 tackles in each of the last 3 games. And in the secondary, Hawkins, Taylor, Chad Jones, and Peterson.
The only change it looks like is Jai Eugene is starting ahead of Hawkins, and so far Peterson is matching up with Julio no matter where he goes. There he is right there. He switched sides for the play.
That's best on best. Here's McElroy inside to Marquise Mays. Got a seam. Gets a block. First down, Alabama.
Well, both coordinators are calling the same plays basically to start the game. Wide receiver screens. Now, to me, that tells me that they respect the front 7 and the rush defense for both teams and are trying to spread this game out a bit.
First down 10 after a 17-yard pickup. Now Michael Williams is in a tight end. He's tight to the left side. McElroy drifts back, goes deep right side. Incomplete. Intended for Darius Hanks, number 15. And defended by Jai Eugene.
You know, another good throw by McElroy, and he's not taking the easy throw. I like his start. He had Julio Jones short, but he had one-on-one to the outside. You have to throw that ball and assume your receiver's going to beat the defender. It was darn near a perfect throw. Good coverage, everything good on that play.
It brings up second and 10. 16-0, they won the state championship. Southlake Carroll, midway between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Blitz look here for LSU.
Play clock at 2.
Here they come.
All of them from the corner. McElroy hit. He's got Julio Jones, and Peterson tips it away.
Well,
right with him.
Two great football players. Now, Alabama was outnumbered on this play, so he's going to get hit. McElroy knows he's going to get hit from the outside. It's Danny McCray. But watch Peterson. He's right in the pocket of Julio Jones, calmly turns around and swats it down. Perfect play.
Well, we saw him against Georgia and A.J. Green, and he's not shy. He won't back down from anybody.
Well, you can't. Not at that position. Can't be shy.
Third down. Blitz again. McElroy finds his third option. That's a tight end. Williams gets a block from Marquise Mays, and it is a first down across the 50.
Well, matched up by Brandon Taylor, number 15, is one on run right here. Let's see what happens on this play. McElroy looks left, comes back right, and hits the tight end on the play. Michael Williams crosses the route and hits the tight end wide open on the play.
And a first down. No score. 11 minutes to go. Opening quarter. Play fake. Pass again. Deep. He's got a man. And he overthrows Marquise Mays. Had him by 2 strides. Down that right sideline, it was 4 on 4. Mays and Jai Eugene.
Well, anybody can overthrow a ball, Vern. I mean, that happens. But you must keep it on the playing field. This ball didn't stay on the playing field. No one could have caught it. That was the mistake on the play.
And McElroy was hit by Brandon Taylor, number 15.
Boy, John Chavis is bringing the house almost every play here.
John Chavis in his first year as defensive coordinator, having spent 30 years of his life. And there's a fumble. They tried the Wildcat, and Mark Ingram, who dropped the ball, had it recovered by Tennessee. One of the key plays. Muffs this one on the snap. Hit him in the helmet.
Sure did. Wow.
Loss of 9. Ingram had gone 322 touches without a lost fumble. He did fumble once last year, recovered his own, and here's the pass inside. Ingram with the catch, and it'll be short of the first down by a bunch.
And I think you see the story of the game right there, and why both teams will end up blitzing in this game. Once they can turn the down and distance in their favor, both of these defenses are so tough to pick up first downs against.
That brings on P.J. Fitzgerald. Trindon Holiday, who's averaging 14.6 yards per return, had a couple of big ones against Tulane last week. And he'll let this one bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Coming next, Terrence Cody on the field. LG, as a proud NCAA corporate partner, invites you to celebrate game day moments in the SEC. Good. 9:26 to go in the first quarter. And after the 41-yard punt, LSU has the ball for the second time. Scott goes left, sheds the first tackler, and then guess who's there? Terrence Cody.
Ball came out late, but well after the whistle. Well, Orlando McClain turned the ball in, and when you turn it in, you know what's in against the Alabama defense? In is number 62. That's a lot of in there.
Scott again going left. Cody again up on top. He had teammates down near the bottom of the pile. Eric Anders was the first, number 32. Cody, of course, became an Alabama immortal with 2 blocked field goals in the win over Tennessee. 3rd and 7.
And for the year, Vern, 13 for 49 LSU on 3rd and 7 plus.
Keelan Williams is on the field. So is R.J. Jackson. Play clock at 5. Lets it go deep down the middle. Caught wide open. There is a flag as LaFell makes the catch.
Too many players in the backfield, I think, for LSU. I thought it was an illegal formation when I saw it the first time.
It will go against LSU. And negate the first down.
Backfield, 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 backfield. That's one too many.
Math at Purdue.
You're only allowed
formation. 5 players in the backfield against the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Third down and 12. Jefferson from the end zone. Goes deep into double coverage. Robbie Green is the closest to the ball. Number 23. That one had almost no chance.
Well, there was a big free safety in the middle of the field, and Green was tracking this all the way. You have big LaFell, but that was no chance. You know, I thought the offensive line did a nice job there for LSU, though. That's good protection.
Derek Hilton on to punt for the 2nd time, and he does so checking his heels to make sure they're not touching the end line. And Arenas at the 45-yard line. Here's the punt by Hilton. There's a flag before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start, 56, offense. Half the distance to the goal, 4th down.
It's the veteran Perry Riley.
Yep, he just moved just before the snap. You could see him shuffle.
Arenas has moved up to the 40-yard line. Nice and high and fairly deep. Arenas back at midfield. Shakes the first tackle. Can't get by the second. So good downfield coverage by the Tigers, led by R.J. Jackson. Fine punt, 47 yards. Only 2 on the return. Big news in the SEC came out of Gainesville this week. First, Brandon Spikes. I think you all know about this. Suspended for tonight's game against Vanderbilt because of the attempted eye gouging against Georgia. And then later, Urban Meyer fined $30,000 for criticizing the officials. Mike Slibe, the commissioner, making that determination. Let's talk Brandon Spikes first of all.
Well, I think one game's fair. I think that's what happened on the field is uncalled for. And I think a 1-game suspension, the way it's ended up, and however it ended up, That's really what I think should happen here. Now, Spike's is a really shy, sensitive guy, and I think this stuff really bothered him, and I think that's why he went to Urban Meyer and said, you know, I just don't want it to be about me. Get me out of it, and let me sit out this game.
Well, because of all the chattering by head coaches, Mike Slive adopted a new rule, and he said next guy who criticizes anybody, fine and or suspension.
Yeah.
And he got Urban Meyer.
Well, I don't know if Urban intended this or not, but I think in a way he took the focus off of Spikes. He went and said, now here's the hit on Tebow. Well, after the play, and I think Urban, one way or another, it became more about him and less about Spikes. And I think it worked out. Could have cost him 30 grand, but it worked out.
Well, there are a couple of coaches in this league who can't afford that. Anyway, I never dreamed, Gary, that the LSU-Alabama encounter would be overshadowed by off-the-field goings-on in Gainesville, but it certainly occupied everybody's attention most of the week. Here's a play fake. McElroy off his back foot, and Peterson's down there. So was Jones, and it's incomplete.
Well, they're coming after him, aren't they? John Davis has said, we're not dink and dunk. If you're going to throw the ball, you're going to throw against us.
Now, Marquise May is saying, hey, look at me.
Yeah, and the quarterback saying, I can't look, I don't have time.
John Chavis, first-year defense coordinator at his alma mater, Tennessee. Here's some room. The 40, it's going to be third and short.
This little quick flip has been good to Alabama. I saw Ingram score a touchdown on this. You expect them to come right at you all the time, and they're doing a little different wrinkle with their run game.
Well, they have gone primarily with the pass. Now they're looking at 3rd and 2. And McElroy will move under center. Toss Ingram. Ooh, didn't get much blocking help on that right side. Tell you, the tight end, Michael Williams, got backed up. And Al Woods, number 97, makes the stop.
Well, to run the ball in this Alabama offense, you need to have your offensive linemen and your tight ends blocking. But you know what else really shows up for LSU is the speed and quickness of these inside linebackers, Perry Riley and Kelvin Shepard. They have really stepped up their football game.
Now, Chad Jones, who's a little more sure-handed than Trendon Holiday, and who also, by the way, has a 93-yard punt return for a touchdown, is back. He drifts under it, lets it go well over his head. That's a touchback. It'll come out to the 20. Late first quarter, Tuscaloosa. No score. Welcome back to Bryant Denny, the NFL on CBS tomorrow. The doubleheader, lead game early, Miami at New England, and the lead game late, San Diego in New York against the Giants. It all begins with the NFL today, tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time on CBS. Third time LSU has had the ball. First 2 times, 3 and out. They'll go from the I formation now with Scott at fullback and Keelan Williams at the tailback. Now the shift. There's the flip. Left side. Tolliver's open as the defender slipped and fell. Woodall misses the tackle, and Kareem Jackson, who had slipped and fallen, catches up to make the tackle.
I'll tell you, has LSU grown with their offense since Florida? There's Tolliver, top of the screen, going one-on-one. This is a back shoulder slant. One of the plays that's really been coming in college football now is that back shoulder slant against zones, and it was perfectly executed inside. Terrence Cody coming right through. He is a man inside.
That was a 41-yard gain, first long gainer of the game for LSU. Give to the first man through.
It was Scott. Same lineup. Scott and Keelan Williams at tailback. Now remember last year LSU ran the ball for 201 yards against this Alabama defense.
So far, -1. Russell Shepard is on the field. And he lines up behind Jefferson. A flag has been thrown.
Too many men on the field.
Dead ball. Substitution infraction. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Terrence Tolliver took too long to get off the field, and that's an illegal trying to gain advantage. That's why that play is called. Even if you don't huddle, it puts the defense at a disadvantage, and that will be called.
And so a 2nd and 11, 4:25 to go. Opening quarter, LSU got this far on the strength of a 41-yard reception by Tolliver. Shepard's longest run of the year against Auburn, 69 yards. Here's the option pitch. No. Late. Javier Arenas.
I'll tell you, they may get better at the option as the game goes along, but they are not a good option team. And Jordan Jefferson is not a good option quarterback yet. This was pitched. It was bad relationship between Shepard and the quarterback, and a bad play again. Penalties and big plays have hurt the LSU offense.
Marcel Darius, number 57, one of those who forced that pitch to be made quickly. 3rd and 18. Blitz from the corner. Got there, but the ball is delivered. It is, however, incomplete. Mark Barron almost got to Jordan Jefferson. 4th down.
Well, Mark Barron was coming free, and Jordan Jefferson did a great job of holding off the blitz till the last second and throwing the ball to Brandon LaFell. Coming from the left side, Jefferson waits, but LaFell just stands there. He had to know it was man-to-man coverage. You got to run away from your guy there. Jefferson was left short by his receiver on that play.
Now Les Miles will go with his place kicker as the pooch punter. It's Josh Jasper. And this one will bounce. Oh, boy. Right along the 1-yard line. And Ron Brooks got down there and downed the ball. A 46-yard punt for Jasper. He's used often once they cross midfield. Ron Brooks. We invite you to get complete coverage of LSU Alabama, including all of today's highlights, plus expert analysis from Dennis Dodd and Tony Barnhart. Find it all after the game at cbssports.com. Alabama at the 1-yard line. Ingram. Little bit of breathing room. He's almost to the 5. Now let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update. Here's Tim Brenda.
Vernon, Gary, you always wonder about, the letdown after beating USC in the Pac-10. And LeGarrette Blount's replacement, the freshman LaMichael James, is pretty good. 60 yards he goes, but Stanford does have the lead 10-7. Blount has now missed 7 games after his suspension. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tim. Oregon 5-0 in the Pac-10 for the 2nd time. Here's McElroy from the end zone. He goes for Marquise Mays. Got it. McElroy told us yesterday, I am comfortable going deep.
I'm actually pretty surprised that Chad Jones could not get to this throw. Watch an inside release on this takeoff, and Jones did not get there. Inside release up the hash, and Jones did not get there. Jones came up limping after the play. Perfect throw, great catch by May.
37-yard pass and catch, and a first down at the 42-yard line.
I think you expect your free safety to get to that throw.
Blitz coming from Harry Coleman. No flag in the backfield. The pass is complete for LSU.
Well, this couldn't be any better for Alabama fans right here. A throw like this is about the third good throw that he's made. And Greg McElroy knows how important his play is to this football team. You got to handle the pressure if you're a quarterback, and there's big pressure playing quarterback for this football team.
First down and 10. No score. Final 1:40 in the first quarter. Ingram. Well, they ready for him. That's Drake Nevis, number 92. And no gain, second down. Ingram with 4 rushes for 12 yards.
I have said a few times about the LSU defense that their back seven is as good as anybody in college football, but their defensive line has not been making the plays as compared to past national championship teams. But you know what they have been doing? Stopping the run. Those linebackers are the beneficiaries of those good defensive linemen now.
Second down and 10. Here's McElroy coming to his left. Drill. Oh boy, almost picked off. Wow. Patrick Peterson had a bead on that one. Let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
And guys, LSU playing without one of their star linebackers. Perry Riley has been on the bench with a right ankle injury. They taped him up. It looks like he's going to try and get back in there.
All right, Trace, thanks. 3rd and 10 now.
That means Jacob Cutero will be his replacement out there, number 54.
That's Coutreras. Started the season as the starting middle linebacker. Had an interception of 29 yards for a touchdown in the opening game against Washington. The Huskies. Blitz coming again. McElroy avoids the pressure from Kelvin Shepherd. He'll run and skips out of bounds short of the first down at the 44-yard line.
It was a 3-man line, but a 4-man blitz because Kelvin Shepherd came on the play. He's the one that actually flushed McElroy out of the pocket. Once he gets out of the pocket against that zone, there was nothing to go to but run.
Well, it's a game of field position here in the first quarter, and because of that 37-yard pass caught by Marquise Mays, Alabama punting and the potential to put LSU deep again. This one down at the 9-yard line. 35-yard punt, nothing on the return. Tomorrow on CBS, how did tennis star Andre Agassi end up abusing hard drugs? Find out tomorrow in his only interview. That's on 60 Minutes. LSU has it. Last time they had possession of the ball, a 41-yard pass got them across midfield. Now they've got it again, but again inside their 10. Thomas Parsons is the 4th fullback used this year by LSU. He leads the way now for Scott, and not much there. Until 2 weeks ago, there's Riley, and looks like he's going to head into the locker room. Perry Riley, the senior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. And that should be the final play of the first quarter. That's the end of one. We thought it'd be a low-scoring game. It certainly is. We'll be back after this message and a word from your local station. Welcome back to Bryant-Denny Stadium, Tuscaloosa, on this gorgeous November afternoon. And LSU and Alabama, a game of some consequence. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson, our entire CBS crew here. Mitch Joseph, the tight end, goes tight to the right. 2nd and 8, Keelan Williams. And there's a flag thrown on the near side.
Prior to the snap, false start, 19, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second half.
Another penalty for Les Miles' crew that will exasperate him. We expected an even Steven heavyweight fight. We've not been disappointed.
No, that's exactly what we got. I mean, these are good football players, and that's why when we said it goes back to the quarterbacks, and I think if you look at McElroy's start, 6 for 12 for 88 yards. That's good news for Alabama, but LSU is hanging right in there. They have tremendous talent.
Play fake, pass out of the end zone. It's caught by D'Angelo Peterson. My gracious. 28-yard gain. Both teams throwing from deep within their own end of the field.
D'Angelo Peterson is a backup tight end, but he was a former wide receiver moved to tight end just early this year. Look at that matchup, and look at what an easy throw that is coming out of your own end zone.
Only his third catch of the year and a first down out at the 33-yard line. Jefferson with pressure. Darts to his left and is hauled down by Eric Anders, number 32. That's worth another look, I think, Gary, throwing from the end zone.
Well, one of the things you have to do as a quarterback is when you feel that pressure, you need to buy time to throw it. This time, he felt the pressure from Lorenzo Washington, number 97, at his feet. So he knew he had such an easy throw that he just kind of fell back and lobbed it out there. It's a bad habit, though, and it could come back to haunt him.
Russell Shepard on the field again. They quick flip it behind him. Nice catch. And then he breaks a tackle. And look at the enthusiasm of the assistant coaches. How about that? A gain of 13.
Well, Shepard, who we did not see at all against Florida, is one of those guys I think you have to get the ball to. He's a Percy Harvin type athlete.
True freshman out of Houston, recruited, he said, by 72 schools. Came down to LSU or Florida. Jefferson near side, incomplete. D'Angelo Peterson, the intended receiver. And a moment ago, here's Perry Riley having made a quick visit to the locker room. Second down and 10.
He didn't look spry, did he?
No.
He came out gingerly to me.
Scott deep back as Jefferson looks over toward the bench. Alabama's coming. Jefferson dodges the tackle behind the line and gets down to the 45-yard line. Let's go to Tim Brando for this Heisman Watch presented by Nissan.
Vern Mac Brown said it's get Colt McCoy the Heisman Day against Central Florida. 470 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. Now, Case Keenum down the road in Houston is averaging over 400 yards per game. He'll be in action on CBS College tonight. And Tim Tebow may be the leader, and he'll be playing later. But how about some love for C.J. Spiller of Clemson as this year's all-purpose yards candidate? He'll be meeting Florida State tonight. Back to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. 3rd and 2. Shepard is on the field. They hand it short to Scott. He does not get there.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he
fell
did.
Forward.
Second. Yes,
Yep.
indeed. I thought his initial contact had stopped him.
Great short yardage running here by Charles Scott, who lined up at fullback. Quick handoff. Look at Rolando McClain. Goes in the exact spot, but taken nicely by Saron Black, number 70. Wonderful block by one of the great offensive linemen in college football, Saron Black.
And Corey Reamer is the Alabaman who missed the tackle. Black starting his 49th game today. 49 in a row. Out of Tyler, Texas. First down and 10. First conversion for LSU. Scott again.
Woo.
Charles Scott had that great start a year ago. 6 100-yard games early. He's only had one 100-yard plus game this year. And the number's much more modest.
And it's funny, when we talked to Kirby Smart, the defensive coordinator for Alabama, he said, you know, I'm a little just nervous about them running the ball in I, just right at us.
Here's Jefferson near side. Tolliver nailed as soon as he makes the catch. Arenas is there defending.
These wide receiver screens have to be thrown accurately. Jefferson tossed it out there, but see, it wasn't allowing Tolliver to catch it and run all in one movement, and it won't work.
3rd and 7. No score. Second quarter in Tuscaloosa. Blitz again. Jefferson steps up. He'll run it. He's got the first plus. R.J. Jackson put a block on Mark Barron that was worthy of attention.
Well, I'll tell you, Charles Scott does a nice job of picking up the blitz. And then Alabama is in man-to-man coverage. Here comes the blitz. Watch it picked up from the outside. Then that tied defense in man-to-man. Once you get a defense in man, that quarterback can really gouge it.
Watch the block. There it is. Close. First down and 10 after the gain of 14. Tyler Edwards is on as a tight end. Here's the option near side. The pitch. Scott inside the 15. Brandon Dedrick with the tackle.
Well, Vern, I just said that so far I have not seen Jordan Jefferson run the option well. And then last time he keeps it, and this time he executes it perfectly. He hangs on as long as he can, and then just before Justin Woodall hits him, he pitches it out for another good football play.
And on 2nd down and 1, the 12th play of the drive, and Russell Shepard is back on the field, number 10. Tries to sweep, does Shepard. Cuts it back. He picks up a first down. Well, we mentioned Jefferson's improvement in the last 2 games. How about Russell Shepard against Auburn and Tulane?
I think they've just decided to dial up another weapon, you know, and the guy is too good. Not as a quarterback, but as a running back and a wide receiver, and he kind of spreads it around. He lines up at quarterback 2 or 3 times, running back 5 or 6 times, and then wide receiver 3 or 4 times each game.
Picked up the first down on the last play. 1st and 10 LSU, trying to be the first to score. Good protection in the end zone. Wide open is D'Angelo Peterson with his first touchdown catch of 2009.
Great matchup, well read by Jordan Jefferson. The safety was out double teaming Ruben Randall, the wide receiver, and it was one-on-one Corey Reamer against a speed tight end.
And the tight end won. Jasper's extra point is up and good.
Corey Reamer's caught in a bind here. There's the tight end. Watch the safety move over to the outside on the play, Mark Barron, and it's not much that Reamer can do. A great route by D'Angelo Peterson and a perfect throw. What a drive, 13 plays.
And what sad news this looks like. Saron Black. Medical staff out there immediately, and he is in obvious pain. We'll be right back. Saron Black did walk off without assistance. He's getting some very serious attention on the sideline. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Well, we talked about the route and the...
Now it's time for the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Action Cam.
That was too quick there, wasn't it? Here's Keelan Williams. Watch him chip inside on Marcel Darius and allows Jefferson to throw that football. Good route, good coverage, good read, good protection.
And a 7-0 LSU lead.
I wanted some of that beef jerky so bad.
You wanted to hear the guy. He emotes.
I know.
He does, doesn't he?
What a drive. How about that drive against this Alabama defense for LSU?
How about this? First half touchdown allowed this year against SEC opponents. Jasper will kick off. Arenas and Julio Jones are the deep men. Arenas. Still going. Out near midfield. A 40-yard kickoff return.
He's just so good, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just so good. Every time he touches the ball, he's just looking for that little crease. Look at that cutback. I mean, that cutback at full speed is just so hard to stop.
And Perry Riley, good news for LSU, is back on the field. Javier Arenas, a 40-yard kickoff return. First down, 10. Trent Richardson is on the field. Here's McElroy. Four-man rush. Comes right. Julio Jones with the catch. It's just amazing to me that that's only his 21st catch of the year. One touchdown all season. And that came against Arkansas.
It really is. I mean, he's such a good football player. Might have been nicked. Everybody says he's on the right side of your screen right there. Little inside choice route against zone. Easy pitch and catch. Now, what I'm looking at here, Vern, is Alabama has rushed the ball in the, in middle of the second quarter for 6 yards in this football game.
Richardson, spin move, bangs his way for a first down at the 35-yard line. Brandon Taylor finally took him down. That's a pickup of 11.
Remember what Mark Ingram told us. He believes Richardson is further along than he was as a true freshman at the same time of the season. Big-time recruit, Trent Richardson.
Ingram was telling us as Richardson stays on the field and Ingram gets a rest, he hit a real slump last year, right about this time, with Tennessee and LSU. Here's Richardson to the 30-yard line. Charles Alexander, number 91, makes the tackle. Alexander, a sixth-year senior, is the only player on the LSU team who was actually recruited and played for Nick Saban. He played 2 games for Saban 6 years ago. This is his first time to play here because he had 2 medical redshirt years, and he missed the game in 07 and 05. Charles Alexander.
Here's this matchup, 8 versus 7.
McElroy back, steps up, settles for the short man. Marquise Mays on the underneath crossing route. Chris Hawkins with the tackle, but a gain of 12 and a first down.
This is just a wonderful job of McElroy feeling the pocket and knowing where his receivers are. He wants to go downfield, and watch how he changes his eyes from downfield to short field and makes a very accurate throw on the run. Greg McElroy is out to him. Hot start.
Boy, he really is. And he, as we said, he had such modest numbers against Tennessee, only 120 yards, but he managed the game well. And no turnovers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, and he misses it. Julio Jones. Oh, my gosh.
I'll give you a stat. That's the 13th throw at number 8 in the red zone. 0 for 13. Total busted coverage. You know, I've had this happen before to me. When your guard turns around Barrett Jones and doesn't like the throw, you know it's a bad throw. Number 75 turns around. GD, what was that? That's what he got right there.
Barrett Jones is a 4.0 grade point average, so he does know from he understands. Here's the blitz. McElroy goes deep. There's a trip. Inadvertent contact, I guess. No flag. Intended for Hanks.
Yeah, the ball was not catchable either. Chad Jones cuts underneath it. Feet get tangled up. All-out blitz, no free safety on the play at all. You see, on that play, Hanks was coming across the field, and McElroy threw the ball deep. There was miscommunication there.
Look at this, Gary. It just underlines the point you made. 27% in the red zone.
Lowest in the NCAA.
They have been morbidly bad. 3rd and 10. McElroy will have to run. Looks for help. He's not going to get close. He's down at the 11-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Danny McCray, number 44, makes the tackle. And that will bring on Lee Tiffin.
McElroy really took one on this run. A late hit. Good coverage that time by the LSU defense. Oh, man. And that was Kutera, I think, the linebacker.
Here's the good news. Look at that graphic. 20 of 23. Here's the bad news. He's had to kick 23 field goals. Again, they come up short. This one for 28 yards. He's the number 2 all-time scorer in Alabama history. And with that kick, he climbs within 5 points of tying Philip Doyle for the all-time lead. Crimson Tide on the board, but Les Miles' team leads 7-3. We'll return after this message and a word from your local station.
The I-Team exposes a banned toxic danger in local nail salons Monday at 11.
LSU leads at 7-3. 5:52 to go before the break. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports provided by DirecTV.
Don't you just love watching these heavyweights play each other like this? I mean, Gil Brandt made a statement this week that he believes there are 25 seniors on both teams. That's just seniors that will go to NFL camps, the most he can ever remember in any football game he can think of in college. 25 seniors, let alone all the other guys that are going to play in the NFL.
Tiffin just kicked the field goal that put Alabama on the board. Holiday and Brooks are the deep men. And Holiday grabs this at the goal line. Near side. Oh, we mentioned he had 2 big kickoff returns in the game against Tulane, both of 50 yards. That one's out near the 29-yard line. I'd like to see a race between Holiday and the Duck. It's time for the Aflac trivia question. Which school outside the Pac-10 Big Ten has the most Rose Bowl appearances? Gee, I wonder if they could have a tie-in with our game. You suppose? First down and 10. 7-3.
Saron Black is back out on the field. That's good news for LSU.
Brandon LaFell in the slot to the right. Jefferson gets the snap from T-Bob Hebert. And LaFell gets the catch out near the 30-yard line. Remember, Saron Black, 49 straight starts. Here's the injury.
Yeah, there he is at right tackle on the extra point team. He goes low on the block and kind of gets his knee twisted or ankle.
Here's the pass over the middle. Incomplete. Tolliver juggled it. Well, it is so good to see him back. He's such a valuable member of this offensive line. And you go back to Andrew Whitworth's days. Whitworth started 52 consecutive games, was succeeded by Black. So between the two of them, 101 straight starts at left tackle.
What, 8 years?
Yeah.
8 straight years.
Isn't that something?
Yep.
Whitworth now in the Cincinnati Bengal organization as a starter. 3rd down.
Another blitz.
Jefferson runs away from it, pulls up and just throws it away. He was under immense pressure. Robbie Green and Rolando McClain.
Well, you know, Rolando McClain just has a sense of when to stay back and when to stay in it. The blitz is going to come from the backside. It's a good call by Gary Croton from LSU, but watch Rolando McClain. Senses a sprint out, and then he senses, go get him. and that's exactly what he did right there. I think one of the great football players in college football, Rolando McClain.
Arenas back, 5:09 to go, and Derek Hilton on to punt.
Oh, he's strong.
Yes. Arenas near the 15, looks for the wall, can't find it. There's a flag down. Chase Clement, number 88, was the first man who made contact. That's a 51-yard punt.
I think
and
Morris,
7 on the return.
And I think Morris Claiborne, number 17, a backup corner, had a shove in the back on the play.
By the way, the replay system is back in operation. We didn't mention that. As far as I know, it is. Yes. We were told the replay booth took a power hit.
Right.
During the return, the illegal block in the back, number 17, receiving team, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Now Brad Smelly on the left side as Clement went to make the little push, little nudge. Time call. 7-3 LSU. (7-3) with under 5 to go first half. And let's take a look at our Home Depot tools to victory.
Well, we spoke about Julio Jones not getting enough throws, but that doesn't mean there's not other guys, and Marquise Mays is the guy who now is making it available for Greg McElroy to move the football down the field. I think that's good news for Alabama, finding another guy, but when you got a wide open touchdown, you gotta hit Julio Jones.
I think that is going to be the most memorable play, barring something here in the last 5 minutes.
If it doesn't come out with a victory, that play will be run a few times.
Out of the shotgun, handoff up the middle, goes to Mark Ingram, all the way out to the 35-yard line. Terry Coleman, number 24, got up with Mark Ingram, number 22, and then Peterson was the second man there.
Well, look at John Chavis is going to move his safety up on the play, and that means only one safety way back. So when you gash this formation, the second layer is way, way back, and Ingram is really tough to handle. Watch him jump. He's so good at those hop jump plays. You know, he's just got a feel for the game and such a, you know, it's not just 5-yard runs, 10-yard runs, but he can break the long ones too.
Patrick Peterson is the injured player. And we'll step aside and let you know what's going on with him when we come back.
Tim Brando in New York coming up with the Geico halftime report. Spencer Archie and I will get you caught up on all of the action, including Iowa's unbeaten season comes to an end to Northwestern. Corey Wooten with the sack. Ricky Stanzi lost for the game, and the Hawkeyes go down. Back to LSU and Alabama.
Patrick Peterson able to run off the field on his own. He's on the sideline right now, and let's revisit the injury.
There he is, number 7. He spins Ingram down and lands with all the weight right on his tailbone. How about those vanity eye blacks they got now? Vanity patches.
Right. Number 1 defense.
Right. That's what it said.
First down 10. McElroy, left side. Wide open, one-on-one. Marquise Mays, 4th catch in the first half. That one's a pickup of 11. 4-on-4.
This was just too much of a cushion for the LSU defense on this one. I mean, this is going to be 10 yards, and Jai Eugene just starts running backwards at the snap. That has been there, and Peterson comes back on the field. And by the way, Chris Hawkins is in the game now also.
Hawkins normally listed as the starting cornerback. You see him at the bottom of your screen. He's off Marquise Mays on this side. McElroy looking deep to this one man all the way down. Julio Jones. And Peterson covering him.
Very interesting call there by Jim McElwain. You got a defensive back that's injured. Let's see if he can run. One-on-one, Julio Jones and Peterson, and they get their feet tangled. Incidental contact.
On your left is Jim McElwain, offensive coordinator.
Getting your feet tangled like that is just part of the game.
Saw Burton Burns, the running back coach, next to him. Second down, incidental contact. Ingram.
You know what's a little surprising to me, Vern, is LSU basically runs a 4-2-5 defense. They have 5 defensive backs. You can call Harry Coleman, number 24, outside linebacker, all you want, but he's a safety. I'm surprised that Alabama hasn't tried to test that 4-2-5, which is basically a nickel with their power running game. They've just basically conceded and say, we want to throw the ball. Alabama's run for 55 yards.
And they're looking at 3rd and 8 here with 3.5 to go. Roy Upchurch, a running back, split wide to the right. McElroy, it's 3 down linemen now, and they bring 4. McElroy across the middle, incomplete, and he missed him.
Yep.
Boy, did he ever. Marquise Mays, and it's 4th down and 8.
Good protection by the offensive line. He just led Mays too much. He went to the right player and overthrew it by about 3 feet. A lot of good on that play, but again, an inaccurate pass by McElroy.
That'll bring Chad Jones back to return the punt. Mentioned he's used interchangeably with Holiday and had a 93-yard touchdown return of a punter. Here's P.J. Fitzgerald. That will come to rest at the 17-yard line. 40-yard punt, nothing on the return. Here comes the duck. Which school outside the Pac-10 Big Ten has the most Rose Bowl appearances? You know about the tie-in with the Pac-10 Big Ten. Going on forever. And the answer, Alabama. 6 times they've gone west.
I would have never guessed that. Well, we're doing a game. It gives you a hint.
I thought there was a pretty good choice. It was either going to be LSU or Alabama.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. USC.
Yep.
Michigan. I don't think Michigan's going to get there this year.
Congratulations.
That's a little shot.
I know it is.
Purdue beat them today. I know.
Well, Gary's happy. Tracy's in mourning. It's 1st down and 10 in the meantime. Scott is the running back. 7-3 LSU.
Nothing.
Nope. Lorenzo Washington.
Yes, he did. He did a great job on that play. He took on his blocker. He never lost outside leverage, and the play just got blew up from the outside.
Both teams, all 3 timeouts left. 2:40 to go. Jefferson 8 of 13, McElroy 9 of 19, but he started off really well and then missed a wide open Julio Jones in the end zone for an Alabama touchdown. Stunts. Jefferson nailed as he lets it go, and it's too far, intended for Tolliver. Javier Arenas.
Yes, good coverage on the play. Nico Johnson on the blitz this time. Javier Arenas on the blitz. Rolando McClain on the blitz. Oh, Brandon Dedrick on the blitz. That's a lot of guys. Jefferson took one right, and it chops that time.
The backup is Jarrett Lee, who started most of last year. Young man out of Brenham, Texas, who had such horrible difficulty with throwing interceptions a year ago.
This one, again, could have been called on Dedrick. Watch him lower the helmet. This is a point of emphasis this year. Watch Dedrick, number 95, lower the helmet here and catch him right in the chest. Oh, for us guys that don't have big chests, that hurt. But he did lower his helmet there, and that's the one they're trying to get the defenses not to do.
Jarrett Lee, the sophomore, 7 interceptions returned for touchdowns last year. Jefferson earned the starting spot near the end of last season. We'll see how Jefferson reacts when we come back. Well, as Jefferson got to his feet, Les Miles came out and had a chat with his quarterback.
Yeah, he said, "Can you go?" And once he said, "I can go," Les Miles took the timeout because that way he can put Jefferson back in the game. With an injury timeout, you wouldn't be able to come back on the field. He'd have to sit out one play.
That leaves LSU with 2. Brandon Dederick with the helmet right in the rib cage.
Now, I would assume if the ball isn't stopped by an incomplete pass, that Nick Saban will use one of his timeouts.
3rd and 12. 4 down for the Crimson Tide. Jefferson has time, goes right, being chased by Mark Barron, and he's hauled out of bounds. Alabama will get the ball back. That, of course, stops the clock with 2:13 to go. And Alabama will get the punt with all 3 timeouts remaining.
How ironic. Mark Barron was blitzing, but he was picked up so well that it allowed him to come back on the play and make it. And had he gone 3, it would have been a first down.
Derek Helton on to punt. He's been quite effective today. Javier Arenas, always a threat to take it all the way. He's at the 35. Return on all the way. See what Arenas has in mind. Backs up. Oh my gosh. Danny McCray.
Oh. Just shows you the athletes both of these teams have. Just as he catches the ball, McCray beats the blocking on the play and just lays out Arenas. Arenas says he wasn't tackled, but his forward progress, that was a good call to stop that play right there.
53-yard punt, nothing on the return. 1:41 to go before the break, and here comes Alabama.
Vern, since McElroy missed Julio Jones, he's 1 for 5, including that play. He's 1 for 5. He's been inaccurate. I don't know if it bothered him or what, but the stats say 1 for 5.
Ingram only 38 yards on 6 carries. He splits way wide left. The pass inside to Marquise Mays, and he is tackled by the ankle. Kelvin Shepard, number 11.
Beautiful play by Shepard. You know, we saw him break out, Vern, and I actually went to him after the game and told Kelvin Shepard he was wonderful against Georgia. He was all over the field. Watch him on this play, reach out and save a big play for the LSU defense.
Player down, it's Pep Livingston, number 95 for LSU. Well, remember, prior to the field goal, he had Julio Jones wide open in the end zone. And here's what's happened on other occasions. That's Darius Hanks. Marquise Mays. Time called. We'll be right back. Pep Livingston on the LSU bench. And as we get back to play, it's 2nd and 9 at the 25. Ingram way wide to the left. McElroy. Short route. Marquise Mays comes underneath again. And that's going to be an Alabama first down. Clock stops while they reset the chain. 1:13 to go.
LSU is willing to trade time for yards right now. This was a very deep zone. They're giving the underneath throw. They're giving the short throw. At least until the 50-yard line, they will do that.
McElroy, it's underneath again, and Ingram almost dropped it. He does get a modest gain.
Should be a timeout here by Alabama. They do take one.
Yep, 55 seconds to go. That is their first of 3. Back at Bryant-Denny coming up, the Geico halftime report. Archie Manning has joined Tim and Spencer. We'll go back to New York for all the scores and highlights as soon as we've completed first half play here between these two heavyweights. First time two top 10 teams, LSU and Alabama, only the second time since '78 they've met when they were both ranked in the top 10. 55 seconds to go. McElroy, Julio Jones breaks free across the 50 to the 49. That's a timeout. A 12-yard gain.
I think that's a very successful movement by Alabama. Now they got the ball over half the field. Clock stops. A very good drive right now.
McElroy comes right. Got his tight end, Brad Smelly. That's going to stop the clock at the 39. So almost a field goal range.
Right.
Now.
And well managed again by Alabama. Both sides have a strategy here right now, but Alabama has smartly taken what's given there. Now this LSU defense has not gotten a lot of sacks this year. They've tried to blitz and bring pressure from different angles, but the front four does not make the plays. There you go. 106th in the nation. Sacks. Last in the SEC.
On first down, 41 seconds remaining. And Alabama 2 timeouts left. Ingram again splits wide to the right side. McElroy's going deep into double coverage. A flag is thrown. Peterson pleading, no, not me. Look at the official look back at him. Now he's going to go to another official. Nobody will listen.
Great matchup here. Julio Jones gets an inside release. Peterson puts his hand on his back, it looks like to me. Right there's the play. One little shove right when the ball was in the air.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
I think because the ball was in the air, that's why it was called pass interference, obviously. Had that ball not been thrown, he would have got away with that shove.
And so a first down after the penalty, 36 seconds to go.
Now, will John Chavis bring the house?
On first down.
Yes. Yes, he does.
McElroy off his back foot. Oh, my gosh. Colin Peak was not even looking.
Oh, is Urban in McElroy's face. Excuse me. Is Nick Saban in Greg McElroy's face on this one. Nick was furious. First down call. Here comes the blitz, and watch Greg McElroy fall away and throw it up for grabs for somebody, Colin Peak, that wasn't even looking for the ball. Just unforgivable. You know, really, Vern, was not the red zone, but it kind of was. You know, I mean, Nick Saban was irate with this decision by his quarterback.
Kelvin Shepard just waited for the ball to get there, his first interception of the year. And LSU on the road will take a knee.
Watch Nick on this play. Oh, man. Right at his quarterback.
Only the 4th interception McElroy has thrown this year. But as they neared this end zone, he once threw wide right of Julio Jones, and now here's Nick Saban with Tracy.
Coach, Greg McElroy started out solid, but then 2 key misses, including that last interception in the end zone. What's going on there?
Well, he's doing a good job. You know, we're moving the ball. He's throwing the ball well. He's just got to make better choices and decisions in those kind of situations. We missed a throw, and that wasn't a very good judgment. But, you know, he's playing well. We're moving the ball, and we got to score some points and finish some drives. Speaking of scoring some points, the red zone woes continue. How do you punch it in there? Well, we got to throw the ball when a guy's wide open. You know, make the play on the blitz. So it's not really what we're doing. It's how we do it, and we need to make some plays. But we'll do it. Thanks a lot. Right, Vern.
All right, Trace, thank you. Kelvin Shepard drifting deep, covering Colin Peak, who did not expect the ball to be thrown. Easy pick for Kelvin Shepard at 7-3. Let's go back to Tim Brando, who's calmer than Nick Saban.
Yeah, but I think he got over it pretty quickly, Vern, don't you? Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Spencer, Archie, and I will have all of today's action, including Iowa's historic run comes to an end. The Hawkeyes are unbeaten no more after this word from your local station.
Welcome back to Bryant-Denny Stadium on the campus of the University of Alabama. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Tracy Wolfson, who a moment ago spoke with Les Miles.
Coach, you're up 7-3 on the road to the number 3 team in the country. What is working well for you right now?
Right now, we kind of settled down offensively. We're doing the things we want to do. We're again mix, balance, throw and run. Defensively, we're playing well. We had a couple mistakes in the first half that have been addressed, and we just need to finish this sucker strong.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, Trace.
He never holds it back when he's talking to Tracy, does he?
They got away with a busted assignment on the missed throw when Greg McElroy to Julio Jones. They got away with that one, and look at this football game.
Tis 7-3 as we start quarter number 3. Alabama, recall, won the toss, deferred the option to this half. So Javier Arenas and Julio Jones are both deep at the 10-yard line, and Josh Jasper will kick off. Quarter 3 underway. Arenas at the 7-yard line. Oh boy. Driven down short of the 20, and Alabama does get the ball to start. How do you think Nick Saban addressed his team?
Well, I think the positive is the way I'd go if I was him.
Okay.
We put up 210 yards in the first half against LSU. We're making the mistakes. We got guys open. We're throwing the ball effectively. I would look that I believe that Ingram's going to get the ball a little bit more in the second half. Maybe a little wildcat. You know, they were spooked by that bad snap early in the game.
Right.
But, you know, LSU comes into this game and says, we got just as good as athletes as you do, and they are toe-to-toe with them.
Here's McElroy back to throw. He will run instead. Now fires, and it is caught. Mark Ingram on the receiving end. Well, one of the big plays in the first half, I'm sure much discussed at the break, was this pass to Julio Jones.
Yeah, I think LSU busted on this one. No one well, what do you think? Nobody covers Julio Jones? And that is one you'll remember that throw. I mean, unless you win the game, you'll remember that throw the rest of your life.
2 receptions for 19 yards so far. 1 touchdown for the year. And here's the handoff to Ingram. Out to the 36-yard line. Harry Coleman made the stop, and then help from Jacob Catrera. Halftime trends, first half trends, actually.
Well, you know, I think Jordan Jefferson came on. I like what Les Miles said. We kind of settled down and we're in the game. Greg McElroy, obviously, when you don't score points, we're going to talk about the quarterback. But he looked good for a lot of the football game. 2 major mistakes. Ingram, are we going to see more Ingram? And Mays is off on the first half.
Here's Ingram again.
Yes, look at him.
Almost broke it. 12 yards. Chad Jones with the tackle.
Nice pulling, trapping inside. Barrett Jones comes from right guard and traps inside. And Ingram is so shifty. Both feet on the ground. Jump cuts as good as, you know, that's how you teach it right there, that jump cut.
Out of Flint, Michigan. First down and 10. They'll go to him for the 3rd time, and he's got a little stutter step that allows him to pick up 3 more yards. First down, Alabama.
This is what I expected against the nickel package of LSU. They would run the ball against Alem right there. He's a pass rush specialist. This is what I thought I'd see in the game. Go against a high defensive end, get it to the second level. Again, Barrett Jones gets up on the linebacker, and from here, we could see the play action pass and go downfield with it after you establish the run.
That was James Carpenter, number 77, with the block on a limb. Play action now, McElroy.
Yep.
Oh, it's bobbled. Is it picked off? No, incomplete. Intended for Darius Hanks. Harry Coleman, number 24, there.
I thought Brandon Taylor, number 15, might have got his hand on it. Yes, he did. Taylor, strong safety, man-to-man coverage, made the play. I mean, you know, John Chavis says in the SEC, if you want to play defense in the SEC, you must be able to load the box. And to do that, you have to play man-to-man on the outside. You just saw it right there, man-to-man on the outside.
Ingram goes out as a wideout now on 2nd and 10. Now comes back to set up alongside. And he gets the handoff, goes left. A heavy dose of Mark Ingram.
You just knew it. You just knew it, didn't you? Just too good of a football player. That offensive line that are such a little more athletic than a year ago. Could have been a hold at the top of the screen. Wasn't called by Carpenter. Inside, nice job by Vlahos. And this guy is a special football player, Mark Ingram.
4 carries, 46 yards on this drive. He'll get a rest now, and Trent Richardson is on. Up the middle, Richardson, a little heavier than Ingram is, but he gets only 2 yards on this carry. Drake Nevis, number 92, with the tackle. Mark Ingram, who rushed for 246 yards on this field in the win over South Carolina, and they needed every one of those yards to prevail 20-6 in that game.
And they're 2 yards away from that red zone.
Right. What is becoming the dreaded red zone for Alabama.
Again, Peterson swaps over to cover Julio Jones at the top of your screen.
McElroy rolling out, goes deep for Hanks, caught it, touchdown Alabama. Darius Hanks, number 15, beat Brandon Taylor, number 15, and is the drought over? Perhaps. Lee Tiffin for the extra point.
Look at this, Vern. LSU is rolling the dice here. Man-to-man coverage. Here's Chad Jones lining up at a linebacker. Here's the matchup, one-on-one. Cover him. All over the field. You got him. No help. He needed help. A perfect throw from McElroy that time. Little sprint out in case pressure came, and he put the ball right where it needed to be playing.
Nice start. McElroy and the Crimson Tide, they have gotten the lead back. .11:40 to go, third quarter. Alabama up by 3, 10-7.
Now it's time for the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Action Cam.
Hugh Gary.
See, I was perfect this time. You know this is going to be a blitz. So McElroy has to run out of the pocket. Look at, nobody blocked right here, but there's the lane. Throw it down the lane, easy pitch and catch, touchdown. Well designed, well executed play.
And a note for Greg McElroy, that is his first touchdown throw in the last 16 quarters.
It reminded me of his big throw against Virginia Tech when he hit the one right down the middle.
Here's the kick. Trendon Holiday, number 8, ever dangerous. Trips over his own man at the 25-yard line. That was Robbie Green with the tackle. Now we'll see how LSU responds to that 81-yard drive to open the third quarter.
And you know what I liked about that drive for Alabama was the mix. 5 runs, 3 passes. You know, Ingram gets it going and makes it easy for McElroy to throw the ball. Hey, LSU, your turn.
From the 25, 1st and 10. Scott, the deep back. Mitch Joseph, the tight end, and D'Angelo Peterson. He's got the only touchdown of the game for LSU. Here's the option going right. Oh, late pitch, but Scott gets it and turns the corner. Now we've got a moment. Let's spend it with Tim Brando back in New York.
All right, Vern and Gary, that wild coastal race in the ACC. First play from scrimmage in the second half. Georgia Tech, the rambling wreck. Jonathan Dwyer goes 59 yards to tie the game at 17-17. And David Cutcliffe's team in North Carolina are tied at 6. Remember, those two, Duke and Georgia Tech, play next week. Back to you.
And here's Jefferson in trouble. Pulls up, lobs it. He's got a... Oh, Scott went right through his hands. Not so great, Scott.
No, Jordan Jefferson looked up just as he was crossing the line of scrimmage, and Scott knew he was open and was ready to turn around and make a huge play out of it, and he made it a huge mistake.
3rd and 4. Tolliver right, LaFell left. Again, Richard Dixon, the starting tight end, unable to go today because of a knee injury. Late on the field, one of the Alabama defenders, Tolliver, has a 1st down.
Nico Johnson was late coming on the field. They didn't have a good defense out there.
Take a look at the bottom of the screen as number 35 realizes he's supposed to be on the field.
Right. Marcus Johnson, number 24, ran off late. Obviously, they switched defenses and didn't get it out there.
Scott on 1st down to the 40-yard line. Eric Anders, number 32, tackles Charles Scott, number 32.
That was like playing with 10 men out there, and that was almost a gimme 1st down.
Second and 6.
Here comes the 6 defensive backs on for Alabama now.
Marquise Johnson, number 24, is the last to get on the field.
Shepard's on the field also.
Got it. Jefferson, left side, caught at the 43 by Brandon LaFell. Charles Scott, Mark Ingram, the 2 featured running backs in this ball game. Scott now 9 carries for 36. Ingram 10 for 84. More than half came on that last drive. 3rd down, 3. Scott, quick opener, right side, 1st down at the 47 of Alabama.
Boy, he saw a crease that time and just took it and went with it. Scott, it's a read handoff. Watch Jordan Jefferson looking across over here to Eric Anders, hands the ball off, and he's gashing that thing as soon as he got it. It was like a sprint through the line of scrimmage there.
That's a gain of 9 and another LSU 1st down. Blitz, play fake. Jefferson in real trouble. Throws it away. There should be a flag. There is. Not outside the tackle box, and Nico Johnson got through.
Nico Johnson right there. Watch, the tackle box is right here. And he does not get out of the tackle box.
After the penalty, loss of down. And Jefferson grabbed his ankle and lived off.
He sure did. Jarrett Lee's going to come on the field, isn't he?
Yeah.
Grabbed that right shin or ankle.
LSU has to call time as Jefferson heads toward the bench. 8:25 to go, third quarter. We'll be right back. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Sonic, New York Life, Verizon Wireless, and by Coca-Cola Zero. As we went to the break, Jordan Jefferson limping to the sideline. Gary, another look at the ankle injury.
Just as he lets the ball go, watch him twist his right ankle. He lets it go. Nico Johnson throws him off balance, and he twists his right ankle.
And so out of the timeouts, Jefferson remains on the sideline. And Jarrett Lee, the sophomore out of Brenham, Texas, starter for much of last year, is on. So also is Russell Shepard. He's on the field. Empty backfield for Jarrett Lee. For the year, 5 of 8. Throws it deep right side and overthrown. Jarrett Lee, the starter last year out of Brenham, Texas, and he had so many problems with interceptions returned for touchdowns.
Well, you know, he shows so much potential as a thrower, and he was very aggressive as a thrower, and he made mistakes. Surprise. I mean, he's a young football player. He played a little bit, maybe 1 year before he should have, but he's a much, talking to Gary Croton, he says he's a much more prepared quarterback this year. Russell Shepard is confused as to where to line up.
3rd and 25, and that has been one of the things that has kept him on the bench.
Right.
Timeout.
Oh, no, another timeout.
Wow. We saw LSU play Florida in Death Valley. Russell Shepard did not get on the field. And Les Miles alluded to game management problems and assignment responsibilities. Timeout. .8:20 to go, third quarter. Aerial coverage of the SEC on CBS Sports, provided by DirecTV. 3rd and 25, Jarrett Lee at quarterback.
You know, I think that Les Miles would have just rather had the 5-yard penalty there. They're most likely going to punt anyway. Timeouts are so valuable in the second half.
LSU loads up with 4 to the left, 1 to the right. 3rd and 25, Alabama counters. They will send 3 and drop 8. Here's Lee underneath. R.J. Jackson. That's a nice gain to the 42-yard line, but leaves them needing 5 more.
I wonder if Les is going to go for it here.
Well, that's, remember he passed on 4th and a foot?
Right. Same formation.
How about that? 4th and 5. They are 2 of 9 for the year on 4th downs.
Have never seen this formation for LSU. This is a new look with Russell Shepard back here.
Right. This time, 4-man rush. Pass is caught. R.J. Jackson. First down, LSU at the 25, and a flag is thrown. There are 2 flags on the field. 1 back at the 41.
Boy, there was a face mask on the play for sure.
Prior to the snap, false start, 78, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
The play was whistled dead, so
right.
The face mask penalty really meant nothing. There was no play on the play. Joseph Barksdale, number 78, is right there. Let's see if he flinches.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
So it was a dead play, and that's why it wasn't offsetting penalties.
You heard, you could see Les Miles say, punt the ball. Punt the ball.
That formation gave Alabama trouble there.
And so Arenas quickly drifts back. It was a 16-yard gain that never happened because of the illegal procedure. False start. Here's the punt. Arenas. Oh, another good one. Watch out. Yep. 45-yard punt.
Well, one more look at that big play. Remember, this was a first down. There's the 4 to one side, but a little flinch right there cost LSU with a first down. You know, penalties have really helped Alabama in the last 2 games we've done. It was 9-1 Tennessee, and today it's 7-1 LSU.
10-7 Alabama. 6:46 to go in the third. Alabama leads at 10-7. They've gotten the ball back for the second time. Let's take another look, Gary, at their opening drive of this half.
I really love the mix in this drive. Remember, it started off a pass with Ingram, and then Ingram established the running game. 5 runs and 3 passes. It seemed to catch LSU a little off balance, forced the blitz, and Jim McElwain, the offensive coordinator in Alabama, took advantage of it.
Now they get the ball back for the second time, 99 yards away. Ingram is behind McElroy. Quarterback sneak. Well, let's take a look at the a little chippiness there. Possession chart for Alabama. Punt, punt, punt. Field goal, punt, interception. But then that 81-yard drive to open this half. And a touchdown. 2nd down and 9. Quarterback sneak.
Yeah, well, they have to get it off the end zone. I mean, that punt was so good. They had to get it off. Now we'll see where they go with. Peterson giving a lot of room to Julio Jones at the bottom here.
Do they dare? Yes, they do. Oh, Julio Jones had it go right through his hands. Boy.
Watch Julio Jones try to back up as he's catching the ball. Watch him start to back up. See how he starts to turn before he catches it? You could see the cushion that time. Peterson was willing to give him the 5-yard hitch and make the tackle, and Julio Jones drops it.
3rd and 9. McElroy, play fake, watch out. Throws it, hit his offensive lineman. There's a flag in the end zone.
It'll be a safety. It will be a safety.
An intentional grounding on the offense results in a safety.
Oh my.
I think it was Drake Nevis, number 92, that gets in on the play. He beats Mike Johnson to make the play. McElroy does the best he can trying to save the play. It was going to be a safety anyway. You might as well throw the ball. You're going to be sacked. That's the best you can do. It hit Barrett Jones, 2 points.
And a player down inside the 5-yard line. Looks like it might be Patrick Peterson again. It is.
This is a heavyweight matchup between Julio Jones and Peterson. Watch how physical Julio Jones is on Peterson. Watch the arm swat. Pushes him away. He's open. No time for McElroy. Didn't see anything there, did we?
Not at all. So Peterson.
I wonder if he's got cramps or something.
Well, a couple of the trainers are running for the locker room for LSU. Time called. 10-9 now. Alabama still leads. Let's check in with Tracy.
Well, guys, I was just told Patrick Peterson is cramping. It looks like they'll take him directly to the locker room. As for Jordan Jefferson, it was his right ankle that he tweaked. I was told he is okay to go back in, but they're going to stick with Jarrett Lee right now.
All right, thank you, Tracy. And, of course, the free kick coming now as Peterson heads toward the LSU locker room.
What they usually do in that case is slap on an IV very quickly and get him some liquids and then get him back out on the field. They need that matchup, LSU does. There's always consequences, isn't there, Vern? When Julio Jones dropped that pass, it forced the big third down play, and it ended up costing him 2 points.
Here's the free kick by P.J. Fitzgerald. Trendon Holiday at the 25. And he gets out to the 42-yard line. So LSU, trailing by 1, has the ball. Let's go back to the studio for this John Hancock update. Here's Tim.
After that Iowa loss today, this one takes on greater meaning, fellas. Terrell Pryor, 62 yards. This is a moonshot pass, almost out of the frame to DeVere Posey. Makes it 17-7 Buckeyes. They open the fourth. If Ohio State wins out, they could go to the Rose Bowl, and that would be a 2-loss Buckeye team. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Tim. Jarrett Lee is still in at quarterback, the sophomore out of Brenham, Texas. They had a high school coach there. Family usually makes the long trek to watch their son play. Here's Scott. Nothing. Now let's go back to the sequence near the goal line.
Well, remember the great downed punt, and then on second down, Julio Jones drops the pass. Now it's third down. LSU, one of the worst teams in college football with sacks. It's not counted as a sack, but you might as well have.
Here's LaFell out on the right side, out to the 47-yard line. Yeah, they came in only 11 sacks for the season for LSU, and Julio Jones, unquestioned offensive star in this team, along with Ingram, and a big drop. It's now 3rd and 4. Lee has 3 to the left. Hands off to Scott. See if he got the first down.
I think he did.
Yeah, it looked like he did. Rolando McClain with the tackle.
So what impact is there with the no Jordan Jefferson compared to Jarrett Lee? I think Jarrett is an outstanding passer. You know, he's got a little more experience. I think the option game might suffer. You know, I mean, it's not a huge part of their game, but they have called it 5 or 6 times.
First down. LSU.
I'm trying to remember correctly, but I think at the end of the half against Alabama, Rashard Johnson, remember, made that interception for one of those pick sixes. Huge part of that football game, and then he finished off the game with the interception in the end zone.
Double tight end set now for LSU on first down and 10. They trail by 1. This is the pistol formation. Hand off, Scott up the middle, big open, breaks a tackle. Now the chase is on. Kareem Jackson from behind. But a huge gain of 34 yards for Charles Scott, who remains on the ground.
Les Miles said, "This is my most physical offensive line." They haven't turned out that way, but look at inside. What blocking inside, a great rub-off on Rolando McClain right there. Saron Black also pitched in, number 70. Watch him get inside and help and push the defender out of the way, Luther Davis. Just a well-blocked play.
And Scott at the end of the 34-yard pickup still
landed on his shoulder, it looked ground. Like to me. How about that blocking up front? And that puts LSU at near 100 yards rushing. Also, Alabama's at 102. LSU now at 93.
Now we remind you again as they continue to tend to Charles Scott, his helmet now removed. Alabama with a victory wins the West and earns a spot against Florida in the SEC championship game. LSU victory means they control their own destiny. They would have a tiebreaker edge over Alabama. So a game of some consequence. We'll check on Charles Scott right after this. Charles Scott favoring his right shoulder, being accompanied as he walks off the field. First down and 10. Trendon Holiday is in a tailback, gets it, bounces to the outside, and is hauled down by Mark Barron. Tracy will get word on Charles Scott as quickly as we can. We chatted with Charles Scott. He's a really fun guy with whom to share stories. Said the one thing he really looked forward to was going one-on-one with Rolando McClain out on the edge. He said it'll be party time.
Yep.
Second down. Stephen Ridley, number 34, is in. Ridley, extensive action in the fourth quarter in the win over Tulane last week. A flag is down. Ridley had 73 yards on 7 carries. First rushing efforts of the year. He's been a standout on special teams.
This one might go against Alabama.
Dead ball. Offside. Number 95 came into the neutral zone, causing a false start. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And that really changes the down and distance here, obviously. You know, second and long, and now second and short. You can call any play you want right now.
Third penalty against the Crimson Tide. Second down and 3. Backs in the eye. 2 receivers left. Jarrett Lee with the change. Handoff. Ridley bounces off the tackle of Reamer. Heads for the corner. Touchdown, Tigers. And Les Miles wants to go for 2. Justin Woodall, the last man there.
Well, Big Thomas Parsons, a converted offensive lineman, was in at fullback. The ball was supposed to go left, and Ridley breaks it back right. This, to me, is too early to go for 2. And I'll tell you why. If you don't make it, 2 Alabama field goals beat you.
Les Miles almost immediately said, go for 2. Courtney Upshaw. On the field for Alabama. Here's Lee. Drills it. Bobbled. Incomplete. D'Angelo Peterson. And it's 15-10 with 3:19 to go. Stephen Ridley with the TD.
Ball is going to go design left. Watch Ridley. Nothing there. Bounces and goes back to the outside. T-Bob Hebert stayed with his guy. Good blocking by the center that time. Hebert.
Way to go!
Ridley, Charles Scott heading to the locker room.
2 pretty talented guys have just headed to the locker room. Peterson and Scott.
Stephen Ridley, number 34, who was on in place of Charles Scott. Bounces it right, stiff arm, beautifully done on Justin Woodall. Touchdown. And another look, Gary, at the 2-pointer.
Ball again to D'Angelo Peterson. Basically the same play they hit before. Remember, you can do that in college ball. You can face guard and make the play. Good job by Barron to break that ball up.
And word from Tracy Wolfson that it is a collarbone injury, not a shoulder injury, a collarbone injury for Charles Scott. Peterson's already in there. 6 plays, 59 yards after the safety. And just a footnote, that was the first safety against Alabama in 6 years. Javier Arenas inside the 10. Broke a tackle. Out of another. Nice return out to the 32-yard line. And another player down. It's been a game of attrition. Jefferson out with an ankle, Scott with a collarbone, Peterson with a leg cramp. Two offensive stars even, and Peterson defensive stalwart.
And Vern also, Dixon also out there starting an outstanding tight end. Richard Dixon did not play in this game.
That is Javier Arenas. Speaking of outstanding players. Chant starts up Javi.
Jai Eugene basically was the safety that stopped it, and it looked to me the way Arenas was ducking his head, he was hurting before he got hit by the last two players, protecting himself.
And so he walks off.
Typical football game, LSU, Alabama, isn't it? This is the third one we've seen just the same.
3:09 to go. Third quarter. LSU won here 2 years ago. First battle between Miles and Saban. Saban took his team into Death Valley a year ago. They walked out with a victory. And this one with so much on the line. Here's the Wildcat formation, and Ingram out to the 35-yard line. They tried this early in the game, and a bad snap or bad hands by Ingram, one or the other, and almost lost a fumble.
See, I don't think the Wildcat with Greg McElroy on the field bothers really anybody. I mean, to me, that's the kitty cat. You know, I mean, it doesn't really hurt anybody. When they bring Richardson and Ingram on the field, that gives defenses problems, and they have to adjust to it.
2nd and 7, empty backfield with Ingram way wide right. LSU with 4 down. Quarterback draw, McElroy up the middle. And he's got a first down at the 47-yard line. Gain of 11.
This is a perfect call, probably an automatic. Jim McElwain, no one in the middle. Look at that, no one in the middle. Quarterback draw right from the start. Good blocking inside by Johnson and Vlahos. Positive play.
Gain of 11 and a first down 10. 2:13 to go, third quarter. Reverse pass to McElroy, and he goes deep for Brad Smelly and overthrows him. Boy.
He had to hurry on that one. He had to hurry. There was pressure just before he threw the ball inside. Was it Nevis again?
Yes, it was.
There's Smelly right there. Excuse me.
Oh.
Watch how fast he has to throw this ball. He can feel it and overthrows the tight end.
Well, they scored on a similar play against Arkansas.
Yes.
That time it was Terry Grant who lateraled back to McElroy, and he found Julio Jones. So a variation on a theme for Alabama, but this one comes up empty. Under 2 to go, third quarter. Ingram. Watch him go. To the 30.
Man, oh man. Just an outstanding press of the hole. Watch him press the hole, believe in it, and then cut back and accelerate. One of the outstanding backs you'll see in college football, a Heisman candidate, Julio Jones. Might not be catching a lot of balls, but he's doing his job downfield, chicken fighting out there and allowing a little screen for Ingram.
Ingram now over 100 yards.
Look at that.
How about that? Sophomore out of Flint, Michigan. Became a starter in the 9th grade at Grand Blanc High School in suburban Flint. Decided late to come down here. Long-time relationship with the family and Nick Saban.
Nice blocking at the point of attack. Drew Davis that time did an outstanding job of getting his man turned.
First down and 10. Go back to him. And a more modest gain this time of 3. Ingram not used all that much in the first half. 38 yards in this half. 85. 6th time he's been over 100. As we mentioned earlier, 246 here against South Carolina.
Look at how different it looks, though. 12 runs, 5 passes in the second half. They started to run Ingram, and it's opened things up. Peterson back on the field.
Trent Richardson. Kelvin Shepard with the tackle. That's a pretty decent trade when you can rest Ingram and bring Richardson out.
Offensive line again. James Carpenter right at. They run it right there at a rush in. Raheem Alem. They said they feel Alem pays the pass too much and they can run inside of him.
That's the end of 3 with the score 15-10 LSU. We'll return to this heavyweight fight right after this word from your local station.
Getting a new mattress would be so easy. I just called up, chose a mattress, and you delivered it that day. Plus, I got a great deal. I'll definitely be recommending 1-800-Mattress to my friends.
For the world's most comfortable mattresses, just pick up a phone and dial 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S for savings.
1-800-MATTRES.
What is that?
An Italian sub?
I have an Italian primo hoagie. Prosciutto, sharp provolone, Flumin's hot capicola, natural casing, generous salami on a freshly baked seasoned bread. That's what I have.
Mine was $2.99.
Looks like a violation to me.
Enjoy a primo hoagie at one of our 60 franchise locations near you and discover why. It's not just a hoagie, it's a primo. Find us online at primohoagies.com.
Get rid of that thing. I'll share.
Well-informed people are considering Chevy Malibu.
You a cop?
No.
You didn't hear it from me, but this Malibu, it's a best buy.
I heard that from Consumer's Digest.
It offers better highway mileage than a comparable Camry or Accord.
Estimated 33 highway. I saw that on the EPA site.
So how come the Malibu costs so little?
It's a Chevy.
You have cop hair.
Now qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on 2009 or 10 Malibu models.
The I-Team exposes a banned toxic danger in local nail salons, Monday at 11.
Mark Ingram, 14 carries, 123 yards, and he is right in the mix in the conversation for the 2009 Heisman Trophy winner.
Hold your votes, right?
Yes.
Championship
yes.
Saturday. Colt McCoy playing good football. Tebow still in it, obviously, and Ingram right there.
3rd and inches. Ingram. Ooh, close.
No. Did he get across the line? Forward progress?
Well, let's go down to ground level and see what we can find out. Chris Hawkins with the tackle. Yes, first down.
He's just got an inch across, if that line is correct. Just inch across, and it looked like he did. That football crossed it. Good defense, just enough. In the second half, Ingram has 86 yards rushing on 9 attempts.
Mays and
7
Jones.
first downs. Excuse me, Vern.
Yep, they break off to the right. Here's the toss, near side. Ingram to the 4-yard line. Remember the last time we were here against Tennessee?
Right.
Similar circumstance?
Yes.
They ran Ingram twice, and then they decided to throw it twice.
I'm betting they won't do that here.
That's my guess.
Even on a well-defensed play, Ingram gives you a positive result.
This time Mays goes wide right, and Julio Jones comes bottom of the screen.
They continue to run the ball at number 84, just like they told us they would.
Here's the toss. Ingram, left side. Fights for yardage, but a great defensive stand led by Kelvin Shepard and Perry Riley, the friends from grade school. They're both from suburban Atlanta. And Terrence Cody comes on the field. I couldn't figure out why we had the crowd reaction.
Right, Mount Cody.
Mount Cody's out there. They use him often on goal line situations. Terrence Cody, 354 pounds. Oh,
it's going to be a penalty. 12 men in the huddle. You cannot call timeout. It does not matter. Oh, a big mistake.
Dead ball. Substitution infraction, breaking the huddle with 12 players, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It's one of those unique rules that even a timeout does not save you.
Now, Nick. Now, you think it was Julio Jones who should have gone out of the lineup?
Good guess.
Just from the reaction?
What a difference, huh?
Oh, boy. There is no Terrence Cody on this play. 3rd and goal. McElroy. Left side. Mark Ingram tackled by Peterson.
Very interesting.
And he's hurt again.
Very interesting. What do you do if you're Alabama? Remember, 2 field goals win the game.
Here's the tackle, Ingram on Peterson.
Julio Jones broke open because Peterson saw the ball thrown, I believe. Yeah. Peterson was kind of holding off the play for a while.
Patrick Peterson down for the 2nd time. It was cramps. Looks like it might be again. Time has been taken. Well, we'll get the answer to the decision by Nick Saban when we come back.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
I'll take you back early in this ball game. Mark Ingram, first half rushing only 55 yards for the team, 217 as these teams have gone to the ground. However, Jefferson finds D'Angelo Peterson for the first touchdown of the game. McElroy to Darius Hanks, his first TD pass in 16 quarters. And then safety. Nevis gets to McElroy, who's called for intentional grounding. And the go-ahead point scored by Stephen Ridley because Charles Scott had gone to the locker room with a collarbone injury. 15-10, and Patrick Peterson helped off the field for the 2nd time. So Alabama has decided to attempt the field goal.
Peterson made the play and tackle on this one. He exerts so much energy up top that the cramps start again in the legs.
Now Leif Tiffin, who earlier this season 5 of 5 against Ole Miss, 4 of 4 in the win against Tennessee, and he cuts this one inside the right upright, and Alabama climbs to within 2. 12:35 to go. Huge substitution penalty called on Alabama. They trail by 2. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by LG, Geico, the Home Depot, and by Chick-fil-A. And a welcome back to Bryant Denny with so much at stake. It's an undefeated Alabama team Ranked third in the country. LSU once beaten. Their only loss to Florida. If LSU wins this, they control their destiny. And that includes a possible spot in the national championship game. If Alabama wins, they are in the championship game against Florida. Gary Danielson, a huge penalty a moment ago.
12 men in the huddle, even though everybody tries to call timeout. McElroy, Julio Jones, and Nick Saban all try to call timeout. And then he doesn't have a visor, so he goes with the headphones.
Now Greg McElroy. They were looking at 3rd and goal from the 2, and they had Mount Cody in at fullback, Ingram at the tailback instead. After the penalty, they settled for the field goal. It's 15-13 LSU. And Trindon Holliday decides to drop to one knee and take a 20. I'm laughing because that cord's all over the place.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easy to choke, with these things. Well, you expected something like this.
Well, I knew it would be close. And I like the second half adjustments for Alabama, running the ball with Ingram. And, Jarrett Lee, you can tell the confidence that Gary Croton has in him. They haven't changed the offense. They're still throwing the ball. I mean, close game, surprise. We've done 2 of them. This is the 3rd in a row, and they're almost exactly the same.
Jarrett Lee remains in at quarterback, the sophomore out of Brennan, Texas. Flips it out left side. Russell Shepard. Mark Barron misses the tackle. Shepard is down. We go back and spend a moment with Tim Brando.
Notre Dame needed to win every game to get BCS Bowl eligibility into the top 14. They didn't win today. Navy beats them. Jimmy Clausen goes down. So does Notre Dame's BCS possibilities. And Navy, well, they're Texas Bowl bound. Vern, back to you.
Well, the smile in the Roger Marianne Staubach home is huge right now. On second down, Shepard tries to turn the corner. It is knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Marquise Johnson, number 24, makes the tackle. Charles Scott went to the locker room with a collarbone injury. Jordan Jefferson, the starting quarterback, on the sidelines with an ankle injury. Nick Saban's bunch trailing by 2, 3rd and 2, 11:45 to go. And Shepard remains in the lineup. Keelan Williams, a late add.
"12 men on the field for Alabama."
Oh, my.
I believe it. Nick Saban was signaling timeout. I wonder if LSU signaled. The flag came out. It did not look right. I might be wrong, but I was just looking at the formation of Alabama's defense.
Prior to the delay of game, timeout, LSU. That is their 3rd and final timeout.
Oh.
Ironically, Nick Saban and Les Miles were calling timeout on the same play.
Top right, see Nick Saban?
There's Nick right there. He's signaling timeout, but the call went timeout LSU. Isn't that what I heard?
Yes.
So both coaches were signaling timeout at the same time.
It went against LSU. We'll be right back. Now you heard Tim mention that huge win by Navy over Notre Dame today. Army lost to the Air Force. We all look forward to Saturday, December 12th in Philadelphia when we will televise the annual Army-Navy game on CBS. And here, after the timeout, LSU's final, 3rd and 2, they lead by 2. And they've got the ball at the 29. Ridley. Close. Close. Marcel Darius and Rolando McClain were there. 4th down.
Darius made the play low, and then McClain came up high. Watch Darius go low, McClain high. Cody was there also.
Yeah, I was watching that battle, Gary.
Yep.
T-Bob Abear battling Terrence Cody. Mount Cody. Sounds like two characters in a Dan Jenkins novel.
It sure does.
4th down. 10:45 to go. Derek Hilton with a punt. Arenas takes a very nice LSU roll. 47-yard punt. 3 on the return. Mount Cody heads off, and Mark Ingram, our Red Lobster Scholar Athlete of the Day. Sophomore communication major, made the SEC Freshman Academic Honor Roll in 2008. Red Lobster's commitment to the investment of our future shown by donating $1,000 to the University of Alabama General Scholarship Fund.
Because of the injury, as Julio Jones is matched up against a safety.
McElroy, here's Julio Jones. Gets by the safety, and he's got a chance. The chase is on, and it will be won by Julio Jones. .73 yards.
That's why some guys are corners and some guys are safeties.
The injury Gary spoke of, Patrick Peterson. Alabama will go for 2. They lead by 4. Only the 2nd touchdown this year for Julio Jones. Toss, Richardson. Got it!
And which way did they run the ball? Left. They felt they had a matchup they could take advantage of. Here's the matchup. Because of the injury, no number 7 on the field. They've got a strong safety. He was a corner a year ago, but he's not a corner this year. He reacted slowly. That slowness from the secondary allowed a great player to get out there and make the play.
Brandon Taylor, number 15. Whoops.
Carpenter didn't even have to block him on that one, did he?
And the 2-point conversion, the freshman Richardson.
Pitch to the outside. They were pitching left. That's a play they love down there.
Alabama back on top. Al Woods, a senior for LSU, injured on the 2-point play. Looked like he might have got something, a knee in the back.
Here's Preston Dial, here's Al Woods. Watch. Oh, his head got knocked to the side. It was like the hip of Dial sprung the head of Al Woods. I wonder if he had his bell rung on a play. To see his head get knocked to the side like that?
Yeah. Julio Jones, 73-yard reception for the TD. Longest of his relatively short career. Lee Tippin will kick off. Trendon Holiday, number 8, the 5'5" sprinter. Doesn't have a chance to use that speed. Marcus Johnson, number 24. Let's just appreciate the effort of Julio Jones on that 73-yard pass play. And a second look, Gary.
Yeah, Kelvin Shepard could not get there in time. Inside, Vlahos did a nice job. Carpenter didn't get his main guy, but he walled off a Lem on the play. It just happened not quick enough in the secondary to react to that play.
First down 10 at the 24. Play fake. Jarrett Lee lobs it out in the general vicinity of Mark Ingram. Eric Anders with the pressure.
You got to know, Vern, that Jarrett Lee had wondered if he would ever get a chance to redeem himself. You know, I always say it's better to play 2 years too late than 1 year too early. Jarrett Lee played 1 year too early last year. Jefferson went in there. I wonder if Lee ever thought he'd get a chance. He's got his chance.
His team trails by 6. Thomas Parsons is the fullback. Keelan Williams, the running back. Lee near sideline. Flag. This should be called against Javier Arenas.
We're getting an overthrow from the field judge in the back. They might pick up that flag.
Ah. Uncatchable.
See, the ball was so far out of bounds.
There is no foul for pass interference. The ball was uncatchable. Therefore, there is no foul.
Now, we've been talking so much about these officials. Can I get that other shot? The field judge actually throws the flag, watch, and then he looks at the ball and realizes it was overthrown. He makes the same call. He throws the flag, then he looks for the ball and makes both calls on the play. Great job.
3rd and 10. Little formation confusion now for LSU. Jarrett Lee back under pressure. Marcel Darius gets there first.
He's a beast.
Yes.
He just is a beast. Lyle hit number 65, has him one-on-one. Watch him throw. Lyle hit away on the play. Tosses him away right up the gut. No chance for LSU. Oh, what a play. Remember, it was Darius who had the coverage against Tennessee on the pass.
Luke Stocker, yeah. Set up a tying field goal. Here's the Hilton punt. Arenas, fair catch at the 45. And don't forget, later in the game, the play of the game presented by Outback Steakhouse. 9:18 to go. Alabama leads by 6.
Let me tell you what I'm thinking if I'm Alabama. Of course, you don't want to get too conservative, but a field goal makes it a 2-possession game. I'm going to be a little conservative. I got a hot running back. Alabama's been able to run the ball left. Let's see if 3 points is huge in this football game.
Here comes Ingram. And he gets about 3 on first down. Jacob Catrera, number 54, made the stop.
And Patrick Peterson is back on the field, only 2 plays too late.
Twice out of the game with cramps. 2nd down 8. Darius Hanks and Marquise Mays both go wide right.
And look at, they have not put him on Julio. They're playing zone here.
Ingram to the 50. It'll be 3rd and 5. And let's get an injury update. Here's Tracy Wolfson.
Well, guys, senior Al Woods on the sideline right now. He did hit his head. They were checking for concussion-like symptoms. His parents came down to check on him, and it's interesting because that's the 3rd time I've seen a parent come to the sideline. Saron Black's mom came down to check on him, and Jefferson's dad also came down. They were all assured that they were okay, guys.
21-15, 3rd and 6. McElroy, quarterback draw. No.
Yep.
Raheem Alem, number 84, and Drake Nevis were there.
Isn't it amazing? McElwain and Saban thought the same way I did. A field goal here is huge. Let's not make a big turnover. They run the ball 3 straight times. LSU steps up and forces the punt. If you're LSU, 7:32 to go. No timeouts. You're only going to get the ball 1 or 2 more times in the game.
Fitzgerald on to punt. Trendon Holiday at the 10-yard line. Oh, they come after it. And a flag is thrown. Oh, boy. Daniel Graff, who blocked a punt last week for LSU, comes after P.J. Fitzgerald, and there was no hesitancy from Thomas Ritter.
Holy cow.
Wow.
You know, he had a pretty good run at
Running
it.
into the kicker, 5-yard penalty.
It's going to be short.
Yes.
Can't blame the guy, but he just took a bad angle. Just clipped his foot.
Tried to pull up.
It's 4th and inches. That's 5-yard penalty.
They're going to bring Cody on?
Well, they only better bring out 11 if they bring Cody.
Yes, exactly. Well, it appears they're going to go for
On
the first down.
defense, that's a 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Remember, we asked Greg McElroy, Vern, what play was he most unhappy with against Tennessee? He said the quarterback sneak when they were stopped. I don't think we're going to see a quarterback. Well, maybe we will. No, we won't.
Nope. Wildcat. McElroy on the line of scrimmage, wide right. Ingram. He's got it, and he's got a first down for Alabama. Pretty good option.
Well, this was loaded up left. Look at all the power to the left over here. England just charges inside, makes that one pretty easily behind Huber.
Again, Alabama with a first down, and LSU no timeouts remaining. And the clock at 6:40. Ingram again. Started the season with 150 against Virginia Tech. He's played his best in big games against top 25 opponents. And he's doing it again today in the second half particularly. Now with 21 carries for 141 yards. Richardson gives him a breather. There you see it. Second down. McElroy drifting right. Nobody open. Wow. Did he catch that? Was that intercepted?
Well, Peterson caught it. I'll tell you that. He got a foot in, I think. Well, he was tucking the ball, though. He was tucking the ball away. This is going to be close.
My goodness.
It's under further review.
I did not hear what the ruling on the field was.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Patrick Peterson.
What a play. His right foot, I thought his right toe came down. Watch this. Gee. Looked to me like his right toe came down. The difference between a corner and a safety. Peterson ate this one up. His foot definitely, you see the dirt come up?
Yeah.
His foot definitely touched the ground.
That's the divot. Well, goodness. Well, the left foot, Gary, appears definitely down in the field of play.
The divot we looked at was his left foot, and then his right foot came on right next to the line. Watch his left foot come down before he catches it. There, and as he tucks it, his right toe touches.
In or out?
They called it incomplete.
Exactly.
I thought I saw dirt come up again. Watch his right toe dirt come up again. We saw the left foot. Watch the divot from the left foot. I don't know if he has possession yet with his left foot. Right? There's the left.
Right.
Now he tucks it, and watch the dirt come up. Little bit of dirt. Watch this. I think it came up twice. 2 pieces of dirt. I think it's an interception. I'm going to have to say. I think he intercepted the ball.
The original call, incomplete. Now Tom Ritter.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass, 3rd down.
Well, the replay official, Gerald Hodges, sometimes you're not envious of the guy who's got to make that decision. But this is the old saw about indisputable visual evidence.
We all got to make decisions.
Right.
Well, we all got to make them.
Reasonable people will disagree.
That's right. That's exactly right. He saw it different than I did.
3rd and 7. McElroy. Caught at the 35. Down to the 30. 1st down. Julio Jones.
Great pass protection. The lack of a pass rush. Remember how Tennessee so much on 3rd down made plays against this Alabama offensive line. LSU has made one of them in the end zone.
Julio Jones, whose touchdown catch is the difference in the game right now. That was from 73 yards. Now 4 for a 25.5-yard average. Marquise Mays, Darius Hanks go wide right. And it's Julio Jones split to the left on 1st down. Richardson. Couple. Charles Alexander, number 91. Clock at 5:10. LSU cannot stop it. They have used all 3 timeouts.
And also remember last year when Tiffin was kicking it to win the game, LSU blocked the field goal. So as conservative as you may want to be if you're Alabama and figure you're going to get 3, last year it didn't work.
2nd and 7. Richardson remains on the field. Peterson twice out of the game with cramps. No Perry Riley at linebacker for LSU on this drive either. 2nd down. Richardson. Nothing. Raheem Alem was the first one there, and Jacob Cotrera, number 54, also a part of it.
Again, just to repeat, 3 points makes it a 9-point game.
And you've got Lee Tiffin. We mentioned 4 for 4 against Tennessee, 5 for 5 against Ole Miss. He's 2 for 2 in this game. Ingram back on the field on 3rd and 6. And Tiffin's longest this year, 50 yards. Third and 6. Under 4 to go. Ingram darts to his left. And the whistles finally blow. Cotrera, first one there. Well, remember Remember a year ago down in Baton Rouge, a 29-yard field goal attempt from Tiffin, and Ricky Jean-Francois broke through and blocked it. Here is Tiffin, about to become, if he makes this, the all-time scoring leader in Alabama history, and with a chance to probably secure the victory. It's up, and he's got it.
Can't kick it any straighter than this, can you? When I said, Vern, so many decisions, remember the decision by Les Miles to go for 2. They did not make it. That forced this 9-point game.
Tonight, after a special NCIS Los Angeles, Fedor Emelianenko, the #1 mixed martial arts heavyweight fighter in the world, sees his first fight on American TV. It's live, it's free, it's tonight only on CBS. I'm heartbroken I'm going to be in a car driving and won't be able to see it.
I got Slingbox. I can watch anything I want.
Well, he just moved beyond Philip Doyle, and look at the #4 scorer, his dad, Van. Lee Tiffin, career 347 points. 3 for 3 in this one.
Just to highlight again, Vern, if LSU kicks an extra point, they have 16 points. That means Alabama wouldn't have gone for 2. They would have 23 points. That means it's still a football game.
Instead, a very difficult hill to climb for LSU. 3:04 to go in this one. Touchback. Another look at the missed 2-point conversion now. Jarrett Lee goes right, knocked away from D'Angelo Peterson. And then, wow.
It was
Patrick
close.
Peterson, yes, it was very, very close. Now, I
know
I'm
what
going
you're
to state
saying.
the obvious here.
Yes.
Had they called it an interception, no evidence to overturn it.
I just thought his toe was down. I just got to be honest. That's the way I saw it.
Out of the gun, Keelan Williams split to the left. Lee, Brandon LaFell. Reverses field, first down at the 32-yard line. Under 3 to go, 12 yards. Mark Barron with the tackle.
Well, the scenario for LSU is somehow score, and then we go onside kick if you're LSU.
Keelan Williams again split out. Here's Jarrett Lee. In trouble, Marcel Darius has him again. Second sack in the ball game for number 57. 6.5 for the year.
Lyle Hitt said it was a face mask, and that's how he drove him back that time. I think he was right. Watch Lyle Hitt. Face mask that's what drove him back into the quarterback.
Oh, boy.
Lyle Hitt was very upset.
And T-Bob Hebert went down when he fell over Marcel Darius. Hebert, who had knee surgery a year ago, and it might have been a re-injury of the knee. Oh, boy.
Look at Hitt right here. He's got his hand under his face mask. That's what he said when he turned to the official, drove him back into the quarterback.
Hebert helped off.
Yeah, Hebert's been battling all game, hasn't he?
Yep. Number 53, P.J. Lonergan is now in number 64. Hebert, another in this game of attrition who has to be helped off the field. 2:25 remaining, 24-15 Alabama. They load up the right side this time with 4 receivers. And they go left with a pass. It's incomplete. Third down. Intended for Tolliver, covered by Kareem Jackson.
Perfect technique that time by Jackson. Nowhere to throw that ball.
Alabama has not defeated LSU here since 1999. Tigers have won the last 4 trips here. 01, 03, 05, 07. 3rd and 14. Blitz. Barron coming. Pass almost picked off by Marquise Johnson.
Tell you, Kirby Smart has not let off the gas. That was a 5-man rush, man-to-man in the back. Back in. Watch this. Ruben Randall against Johnson. Remember, Johnson was the guy that Steve Spurrier threw 5 fades against in the football game.
Kirby Smart, defensive coordinator. 4th down. LSU will go for it. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Alabama backs off. Looks like Nico Johnson is coming. So is Barron. The pass. Intercepted. Yes. Robbie Green, number 23. That should do it.
You have to throw the ball here. You got to take a chance. 5-man rush, man-to-man, poorly thrown. Quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but I give quarterback credit here. Jared Lead, you got to toss it. 4th down, you got to let it go. And you know what that does, Vern? Florida will meet Alabama for the championship of the SEC. The question is, will they both be 12-0?
Right. Formidable opponents. Alabama's got to go to Mississippi State. Here's the take a knee process. Florida, of course, plays tonight against Vanderbilt. And so Alabama cinches the West. Nick Saban wins his 2nd in a row against the team he coached for 5 years. By the way, just a footnote, Les Miles last week won his 49th game as the LSU head coach. He broke a tie that he shared with Nick Saban.
This has been a great football game. Injuries played a part. Greg McElroy played a part. He missed a couple, but he hit a couple. And Alabama's put, 450 yards up against this LSU defense.
Player of the game, Mark Ingram. 22 for 144, 6.5, no touchdowns. But what a second half. They came out after receiving the opening kickoff, and it was Ingram left, Ingram left, Ingram left, Ingram left. And he picked up 46 yards before McElroy hit Darius Hanks with the touchdown.
And remember, he caught a pass to start that drive near the sideline.
The final knee. Crimson Tide under Nick Saban. 9-0. Remember, they started the season 12-0 last year and lost in that thrilling battle to Florida and then were defeated by Utah. But that's in the distant past right now. The Alabama Crimson Tide win the West. Let's go down to Tracy, who is with Mark Ingram.
Mark, congratulations. 144 yards for you on the ground in the biggest game of the season. What went right for you today?
Just got to give all the credit to my offensive line, like always. They did a great job of getting a push, getting a head on the hand, creating seams for me to run through. Receivers did a great job blocking downfield. I just ran off of them and had some big runs tonight.
Coach tried to downplay all week the enormity of this game, but such a big win. You clinched the West in a rematch with Florida. How much does this mean to you guys?
It's real important. It's just another step closer to our goal. We just got to keep winning, keep practicing hard, keep getting better as a team.
Thanks a lot. Coach, one question with you. This offense, the best we've seen it so far this season. What went right?
Well, you know, we played well in the first half. We just didn't finish drives, and you know, I think it's a great victory for our team. We made the plays we needed to make to win the game. It's a great victory for our fans. I'm really proud of our players. Just outstanding.
Thank a lot, Coach. Enjoy it.
You.
Thank you, Tracy. Mark Ingram, Terrence Cody. Big, each in his own way. Time now for the play of the game, presented by Outback Steakhouse with the call. Our old friend Eli Gold with the Alabama Radio Network.
Here now is a 1st and 10. Bama from their own 27. Trent Richardson behind the quarterback. McElroy looks right, throws the screen left. Julio left side. He's behind the defense. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 73 yards. Touchdown!
I have a feeling we will see that played on the big scoreboard here over and over and over and over. What a game. Alabama wins it by 9. They're in the SEC championship game against the Florida Gators. For Tracy Wolfson, Gary Danielson, I'm Vern Lundquist. Good night from Tuscaloosa. Tim Brando along after these messages.